Good morning and welcome aboard. Welcome to today's session of Trade Along Live with Saul. Saul will be joining us shortly. Hey, Carl, how are you today? Good morning, Christoph. I don't know what to say. Let me know what to say. Edward, Glenn, Jade. Hey, James, KG, Mike, Philip, Roop, everybody else, good morning. Today is March 21st, 2022. It's 9:26 a.m. Eastern Time. The cash market's going to open up shortly. Be prepared to write Saul's levels down this morning. It's going to give you a pivot and other levels on top and bottom of that pivot. We're going to go through the morning session together. So about 11:30. It's really 9:30, 11:30, the action of price action trading. Looking to do 2, 3, 4, 5 trades. If you need a trading methodology, let us know. We can help you work and put one together for yourself. Saul takes a select group of traders under his wing. He teaches them his price action trading methodology or works with what you have to offer. Helps you develop trading skill, better trading skill. He does it in a private Zoom classroom. This service is a trade along service. It's called a Trade Along Live service. Trade Along Live with Saul, concentrating on doing 2, 3, 4, 5 trades in the S&P 500 E-mini. If you need trading software, let us know. If you need any help at all in your trading, let us know. If you come to the end of the morning session here and you're confused, you're not doing as well as you'd like to, then make sure you communicate. We're here to help traders at all stages of their trading to look to develop consistent profitability in your trading. And that's pretty hard to do. So that's what we work on a daily basis to help you achieve that and become the best trader you can be. I do have, it'll come up here, a link for you to be able to sign up for the service. This is a paid service. Make sure you're not a piker and not paid. I'll send it out to everybody. Christoph, I'll send it out to you personally. I know you're on the short list to get exited. We allow you to stay on purpose. Hey, Don, how are you? Richard, how are you? Philip, Pat, Lucia. That's out to everybody now. If you don't have it, let me know. Anon, I got your message, no problem. Just thought it might have worked out pretty good, but I understand. Anything else we could do to help you, just let me know. Christoph, this is out to you personally.
All right, good morning, everyone. Can everybody hear me all right? All right, let's give you our levels for this morning. Let's see where the market takes us. Our pivot this morning, 44.52, 44.52. Support at 41.31, 22, 12, and 44 even. Resistance on the upside at 64, 74, 83, 91, and 45 even. All right, I'll repeat the levels. 52 is the pivot. Resistance 64, 74, 83, 91, and 45 even. Support below at 41, 31, 22, 12, and 44 even. As the market chops around here a little bit, the market's in a little bit of a rally mode, so these rally mode trades are tough for us. They do suck the volatility out of the market a little bit, so we're looking maybe 4 points on our stops as the bond market continues to downtick here, taking into consideration the possibility of some more interest rate hikes. And the bond market, equities kind of saying, okay, well, we are expecting it, and we'll see what happens. I don't know. Seems like the equities have discounted the rate hikes and everything. So we shall see what happens. But again, we're rallying, and we're in a little rally mode here. So the rally mode's a little bit. They do suck out the volatility. That's for sure. And so we're again looking more of about 4 points on our stops on our profit targets. And we'll see what happens from there. All right. It's quite range. You can see here they really got themselves in a little tighter range. Not much is going on. Overnight, they rallied it Friday very strongly, right, especially right on the close. Made a nice upward push on the close on Friday. And that's what happens when they start rotating to the upside. Very, very one-way trade. Very rare. It's just, it is what it is, and we have to expect that some of the volatility is going to be sucked out of the market when they start rallying this stuff, and that's what's going on right now. What's the VIX there? If somebody can let me know what the VIX is at. All right. And again, if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask in the chat box area. I have the chat box area up. We can see them quicker. We are trading many S&Ps here. We're using our levels that we given out this morning, in addition to our price action opportunities that occur once the market paints the bars. The combination of both gives us opportunities that we're looking for in the market to try to scalp the market. Again, we're looking at about 4 points on our rotations today, as we quickly come up here to the 64 area. There they are. There is the levels in the chat for you. Thanks there, Don. All right, market coming up here. Going to test the 64 area now. Coming up here and testing the 64 area. The VIX is trading at 24. A very, very quiet little rotation up here in the VIX. Again, very, very VIX trading at 64 is very, very, they're definitely taking some of the volatility out of the market. And these rally markets are very tough to trade for us, like I said earlier. So make sure you keep your stops in place. Next level up here we're looking at is 74. As the market continues this little rally here from Friday. All right, the 674 is our next level of resistance. Okay, market continues to uptick here. Again, we're not trying to pick direction here. We're just taking opportunities if the market gives it to us to scalp. All right, no problem there, Don. Thanks. Got up to 71 here. Still looking at the 74 area. Nice continuation rally from Friday. As bond market also just continues to downtick here a little bit. So they are definitely into the raising rate mode. Okay, got resistance up here at the 74. It's our next level of resistance that we have. We got a stopped out there on the 64. Again, we don't know which way the markets are going. Thanks, Don. Again, if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask in the chat. Bonds here really rotating to the downside. There's no doubt about that. Let's see here if we can figure out what's going on here. All right, coming up here to the 74 area. work in the 74 area here a little bit. Let's see, Russia deployed its newest hypersonic missile in Ukraine twice over the weekend, claiming to have hit an underground ammunition depot on Saturday and a fuel storage site on Sunday. Analysts say it marks the first time hypersonic missiles have been used in combat, though there were reports of the weapon being used during the campaigns in Syria. China and Russia first began testing hypersonic weapons in 2014 and 16, respectively, prompting the United States to ramp up its testing programs. As we are working the 74 area here a little bit. Conflicts in Ukraine has already led nations to reassess their energy security. But with the two world's biggest grain exporters at war, food security is also making waves. The Hungarian government now has an option to buy any grain for export, while Moldova and Serbia have restricted sales of crops like wheat and sugar. Bulgaria has also allocated government funds to increase their national grain reserves, while proposals in France are lobbying the government to stockpile grains on fears the supplies could get depleted. This is becoming more and more of a situation. It's not looking good anywhere. Rebound in oil prices is continuing this morning as the war in Ukraine approaches the end of the first month with no conclusion in sight. WTI futures climbed as much as 5% to 100 and okay, we're working this 73 area here. Maybe you got in there at the 74. I mean, maybe you got in there at the 73 as a lower end of the entry point there against our 74. And depending on how much risk you're taking, and if you took the 74, maybe you're not, if we had 74 in there, maybe you're not, maybe if it's a little bit more tenuous, unless they go and retest it on this bar right now. Otherwise, be a little bit careful around 74 if you have 74. If you got in there at 73, you should have got filled. Again, if you're scaling in, everybody scales in differently, so that's why I'm saying that, and that's why I said it's an area that we're trading. It doesn't completely make up for that 70, the 64 on the downside, but at least we got a little bit back. So be a little bit careful there, like unless they go and retest it on this bar right here, which is in another minute or so. So be careful of this, the 74 up there. After falling to $93 a barrel last week from $130 the week before, Russia is now turning to more destructive weaponry in Ukraine as the latter rejects a demand to surrender the besieged southern port city of Mariupol. The EU is considering to impose oil embargo on Russia, which could prompt Moscow to close the flow of Nord Stream 1 pipeline that helps provide the bulk with 40% of its natural gas needs. It comes after Qatar agreed to work on its supplying Germany with LNG as it seeks, I guess that's natural gas, as it seeks to its long-term dependence on Russia, reduce its long-term dependence on Russian imports. All right, nice rotation there against our 73. If you had the 74 up there, obviously you're not going to get filled up there. It would be very dangerous, much more dangerous than it was if we got it first time over there. So be a little bit careful there around the 74 right now if you have 74 as a number. Again, it's an area we get into, so depending on how you scaled in. Maybe you got in there at 73, especially with its volatility where it's at. All right, all of this stuff, all this on the war stuff, all doesn't sound too good. Market here, though, is a little bit of a push forward type of situation. Everything's out of control there, Pat. Everything's out of control. This has turned into a debacle. Big time. Right now. All right there, Patrick. Have a good one. Thanks for joining us. Right now, we got support back around our pivot area there, 52 to 54. All right, market rotating here. Got up to 73 up there against our 74 area. And maybe some of you got in. If you didn't, then the 74 is a little bit not as strong as it was just when we started here. So be a little bit careful there. You're probably looking at the 83, and there's the next level of resistance that we have. Support again, like I said, would be around 52 to 54 area. It looked like the late stragglers from Friday came in there and they didn't want to miss the rally, and they kind of jumped in here buying it, and then now it's coming back down here again. And 52 to 54 is our next support area that we have. If anybody has any questions, feel free to ask in the chat. All right, coming off here, the 673. See if we have any numbers coming out. No numbers coming out this morning. All right, coming down here to the 53 area, 52, I mean. That's our pivot, as well as a little support area that we have if you are so inclined. And I have kind of given up the rotation there to the upside very quickly, as fast as they decided to get on it. And make sure that's why we keep our stops in place, because you never know when they're going to get some rotations one way or the other. We just can try to find these areas that we believe the markets will give us an opportunity to scalp. If not, then just keep your stops in place. Okay, coming down here to the 52 area again, if you're so inclined. Otherwise, you wait for the 41 on the downside. Okay, market coming down here again. Again, just make sure you keep your stops in place. Very, very little tricky little market here this morning. Just not doing, just kind of doing its own thing, right? Okay, the next support is on at the 41. when it gets choppy like this, good thing to just kind of just be patient and wait instead of trying to jump in there, since price action plays are market's very, very skittish right now. Trying to figure out what it wants to do, really. I mean, that is really what's going on here. Powell's expected to talk at some economic conference at noon, just in case you were wondering, or in case that you'll be trading. And there's some movement in the market right around he talk. Anytime he talks, and you got to be a little bit careful. Yeah, I'll repeat the levels again. Don, are you there? If you want to put them in, let me see. There they are. Thanks, Don. I appreciate it. Very, very choppy little trade here. Kind of bouncing around. We did get up to the 73 as we had 74. So that's our only decent thing we've had today. Otherwise, the market's been very, very skittish. Next support level I have is on it to 41. We're just chopping around here a little bit. Next support level we have is down at 41. Canada's just bouncing around here. Really got no feel for this right now. All right, market on the lows, intraday lows. Support level we have is up down at 41. They rallied it very strong off the morning, kind of caught those people short from Friday and then flushed it back down here just as fast. And now we're just kind of staying in this range we were at overnight. We have a little support area down here at the 41. Now we're coming down here to the 41 area. Again, just keep your stops in place. Be patient. Wait for the opportunities if there are any. If not, just make sure you take whatever profits it gives you and then move on to the next trade. Again, we're just trading the ebbs and flows. We're not trying to guess which way the markets are going. Coming down here to the 41 area. All right, just kind of working this 41 area here a little bit, trying to see what the market wants to do. Again, make sure you keep your stops in place. Well, it's usually the case that to go down before it has to go up, right? Okay. Again, make sure if you don't like the price action, it's giving you a little bit of a profit. Well, there it is. There's a nice little rotation up here. There's your edge. The market had to go down for it to go up, and we got a nice little pop up here off of our 41 area. Coming up here to 45. So nice there if you got filled on the bottom end as well. And, a nice quick pop up here, really very fast once they flushed it down there really quick as to scare everyone, but then popped it right back up. That makes it for some of these trades. The 64 area, that's for sure. And hopefully maybe you got in at 74. If you did around the, well, it got up to 73. If you did all right there. And now we're just kind of bouncing back up. If you want to try to stay long, have a trailing stop. A nice rotation there against our 41 area. And we should have gotten filled all on top end and bottom end there as well. Next support level we have is down at the 31 area. Again, we're looking to take advantage of ebbs and flows of the market using the levels. And if you look at the chat, you will see the levels that we gave out this morning as a guide to the day. We can add to those, subtract from them, tweak them a little bit like we did around the 73. Again, it's an area that we're getting into. And the next support level we have is on the downside is down at the 31. It looks like we might be a little range bound. I don't know. We'll see if we get back up to our pivot there. Otherwise, there's a nice little rally that they had on Friday and a continuation pop this morning. And then we'll see where the market wants to go here. Next support level we have is down at 31. And right now we got a little bit of resistance around our pivot area at 52. If anybody has any questions, feel free to ask in the chat. Kind of a quietish kind of day today. We're moving around, except you have to make sure we keep your stops in place. Okay, it's a constant around here. Right, market's under a little bit of pressure here. That's funny. Market doesn't seem to think so. Very strong rally on Friday. Well, I know at some point the pain is going to be felt on the Russian economy or people. Then we'll see what really happens. I mean, we're going to feel some pain here too with these gas prices and everything, all the commodity prices going up, but they're obviously going to get a little bit worse. So it's a lot worse. So we'll see what happens. It's a terrible game that they're playing with the whole world, right? These people who just start a war and let's see what happens. And they don't care about the fallout because they just don't give a damn. There's plenty of fallout right now. All right, we're just kind of hanging down here on these lows. Next level of support we have is down at 31. Market is just trying to figure out, after that big rally on Friday, what it wants to do. Bonds here continue to downtick. All right, again, next level of support we have is down at the 31 area. 44 support looks out of place. Well, we got down to 41, 44 support. I don't know what support there is at 44 since 44 even on the downside. Okay. Oh, you mean in the okay, gotcha. In the levels. Yeah, 40. It should be 4,400. Correct. Yes, he's having computer issues this morning, so you gotta cut him a little slack. So that would be correct. It would be 4,400. The 44 is 4,400. I was down at the 41 area, 31. Market here, a little bit of pressure. There it is. Thanks, Don, for adjusting that. My market is kind of just, it's a little bit of pressure here. You can see the level of resistance we have is around the 50, our pivot there, 52, at least for the time being. Support level was down at 31, but definitely they've sucked out a little bit of the volatility here in the market. All right, we're just kind of hanging here on the lows. Next support level we have is down at 31. Thanks, Don. I think the market is very. They did suck out a little volatility, that's for sure. The uh, volume is not as great as it has been over the last couple weeks, and part of it is because we're rallying again, and definitely the VIX is definitely going to be. Even though we are getting like these like quick moves here, right, back and forth. It's just because they don't have the bids and offers back in the up and down the ladder tick yet. The VIX is trading at 24. So we already got a little bit of volatility this morning. I'm trying to find out 24. It was 24 this morning as well. But it's very, very quiet. You know, you have to be a little bit patient. We're still getting these little crazy moves that you're seeing. But just pick your spots and be patient. It's the only thing we can do with this market the way it is. Bond market, though, definitely on the lows. Bond market is definitely in a big sell-off mode here. So it's just a little bit choppy right in this area. Let's wait till we get that. There's 31 support right now. The 52 area on the upside, which is our pivot, is a little bit of resistance. Kind of in the middle here. Let's just let it do its thing here. The market just seems a little bit weak, but again, if you're playing the range, you got be a little bit careful there. Really not a range game, just a slow trickle down. Market uptick in here a little bit. Got a little resistance around our 52 area. All right, popping up here a little resistance around the 52 area. I mean, whatever you do, make sure you keep your stops in place. It was chopping down there. We thought we would maybe get to 31, but kind of stopped there about 35 and change, and then popped back up here. Again, very, very quiet trade. These rally markets are kind of, they're definitely, well, I don't know if they're rally markets, but they seem to have, over the last 4 days, have slowly upticked here a little bit. And definitely taking some volatility out of the market. And we're looking around 4 points with our profit targets and stops. We got a little bit of a range here, kind of bouncing around, trying to figure out which way it wants to go. Get support down at 31. We never got there, and now we're just back in here into this overnight range that we've been trading at. So we gotta maybe think that we might be staying in this range here for a bit. I don't know. Resistance around the 52 area. If you look at our chat, you'll see the levels that are there for you. Again, kind of in the middle of no man's land here. This is what I like to call the no trade zone. As the market tries to figure out where it wants to go from here. We like to average about 4 to 5 trades a day. We've been easily getting that lately. Today it's a little bit different, a lot slower, a lot more contained. Market is tighter ranges. So again, we always talked about getting back into that 4 or 5 average kind of situation, and that's coming true. And market uptick in here a little bit. Resistance around the 52 area. And then anything above 55, you want to be out of any shorts. And the market continues to uptick here. A little resistance around the 52 again. If it's not your cup of tea, then just don't wait for the levels. Then that's fine. The levels, next level really on the upside would be, again, we'd be careful there around the 74 because of we got up to 73. Again, anything above 55, you want to be out of any shorts. All right, looking a little bit choppy here if you are trading this level. Getting a little bit of rotation there against the, we got up to 51 and change there. I guess we had a little resistance around 52. They did get down to 49. Just taking a little bit of a scalp here and a little opportunity. All right, again, if you did take this price action opportunity up here against the 52 area, you did get paid up one down to the 49, 48 and change area. Pop back up here. Now we are flat. I think if we get above 55, we might have a little rotation back up to the upside, but not really love the trade. All right, we said that you don't want to be long if we get above 55, getting a nice rotation here. So we got above it. And maybe a little momentum trade if you were so inclined. 74 is a little bit risque. So we're looking really at 83. I know it's a long way up there, but if you did buy them there, if you did jump in above the 55, we said we don't be short anymore. Maybe a possible buying opportunity for a little momentum trade. And again, have our parameters there, and see. Yeah, and this is getting back in the range that we've been at. Well, middle of the range we've been trading at for today, so kind of non-eventful. Don't know what's going to happen, but if they do take it back up, be careful there at 74. Since, like I said, probably look at it 83 as the next good level of resistance that we have. And then downside support right now would be around the 49 area. And if we get below 45, you want to be out of any longs. I'll get back here in a bit.
Hey, a couple quick programming notes. Welcome to Trade Along Live with Saul. This is a daily session focused on the S&P 500 E-mini. If you're new to trading, let us know. We can help you get set up. If you need trading charts, you need order entry to practice, let us know. We can get you set up. If you're looking to learn how to trade, Saul teaches traders in private session. He does it in Zoom. He's available to a select group of traders that are interested in developing consistent profitability in their trading. So our services are broken up into sections, pieces. This silo is what we call the Trade Along Live session from 9 a.m. to 12 noon. This is a subscription service. It's for traders that have a trading technique, looking to trade along with Saul as an advantage in their trading. They also like to receive Saul's proprietary scalping levels that he gives out right around the cash open. He gave them out today. He had 44.52 as his pivot. He had resistance at 64, 74, 83, 91, and 45 even. Below, he had 41, 31, 22, 12, and 44 even. Those are the areas of interest based on this trade along during the morning session. Saul calls them levels and zones for a reason, because they are areas of interest where he expects the market to make change. He looks to capitalize on that change based on his entries, exits, and stops. Saul is utilizing for zone trading a price action trading methodology. And again, that can be taught to you based on his services in a private Zoom setting. If you're interested in that, make sure you send us a message in the chat and we'll follow up with you on a personal level. The first opportunity is this service. Did I send this out to you? I'll send it out to you again. This is an opportunity to sign up at a significant price discount. So take advantage of it. It's coming out to everybody in the chat area. So make sure you review it, assess your current status, adjust it, sign up, and we'll give you a big shout out and welcome. Cecilia, how you making out? Barnett, how you making out? Giles, how you making out? Hey, Kathy. Let us know what you're doing. Lucia, Mark B, Asama. So take a moment, review what we have to offer. Again, this is an opportunity for new traders to figure out if they're interested in this type of thing. Trading for one to the S&P 500 E-mini. And we can help you get set up when it comes to having an account, being able to practice trade, and ultimately learn how to trade and look to develop consistent profitability in your trading. Saul is here to help you do that based on his trading technique, his teaching skill. He takes a select group of traders under his wing, teaches them his price action trading methodology, how to set his proprietary scalping levels, and then the action in and around those levels. The entries, exits, and stop is a taught experience based on pretty lengthy opportunity when it comes to learning from him. The first opportunity is a year. And that certainly is lengthy enough to see, A, if you can do this, and B, whether you'll be consistently profitable at it. But everybody takes their, has their own time frame. And we encourage you to get started. And we appreciate you being here. Trading is about taking initiative. So make sure you take initiative for yourself and let us know how we can help you. I'll be in the background if you need me to help you get set up, or just click on the links, activate yourself. You're activating through those links for this Trade Along live session on a daily basis. If you're interested in Sal's mentoring and training, then that's another topic, but it all starts with signing up here. So take a moment. This gives us an opportunity to see who's real and who's not when it comes to your trading opportunity. And again, if you like what we're doing here, tell your friends. This is tradealonglive.com is the entry into this as a guest. Tradealonglive.com. It's a sign up for this Zoom trade along, and then the opportunity to sign up and be part of our service I just posted. So if you missed it, let me know. And again, we're here from 9 a.m. to 12 noon on a daily basis, trading day basis. And Sal's a 25-year veteran trader of the trading pits. He's actively scalping his own trading account. He has developed a skill set that you can learn from him if you so choose. If you have a skill set that you're happy with, then this service is great for you because you receive Sal's proprietary scalping levels and zones. You go through the morning session with him as your wingman, as your trade along partner. And it's been a great help for traders, and we appreciate all the positive feedback. Thank you. And again, join us at tradealonglive.com.